Welcome back everyone to the studio. I am super excited to be back in the studio. It's been a little bit for sure. We took a break here at Show Me Nourish because we wanted to look things over with the podcast and get ourselves into a place where we could evolve from here. And I am super excited tonight because I have some famous guest in the house tonight. For those of you who do not know, you will know after tonight. All right, so guys, we've evolved. We've evolved into a new era. The Daily Bite has now moved to a new format. The Daily Bite is now on KFred Radio. So if you are wondering where the Daily Bite went, go to KFred Radio, live streaming on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Pandora and Apple iTunes. So go check that out. But now we have rebranded. We are the Nutrition Lab, and we're in the lab because tonight, like I said, we've got our lab rats all watching on live on YouTube. So hello, everyone. Thank you for being out here. So tonight, we have our famous, guys, I'm telling you, go click the subscribe button, okay? So tonight, we have the Red, Black, and Vegan podcast with us in the house tonight, and I am so excited. Guys, I'm going to put all the links in the show notes, but welcome, Marshette and Damon. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you guys said yes. I'm blushing, I'm turning red.
Thanks for
having us.
Absolutely. I know, right? I'm telling you, I want those. I want those shirts. I want a shirt. All right. So for those of you who don't know, Damon and Marshette, you guys started your podcast. You got a few episodes behind your back. I mean, you guys are really popular here in the St. Louis area and even across the United States. I know you're going, wait a minute, what's she talking about? I'm not familiar with that, but I know you are. I know you are. All right. So what is the story behind Red, Black, and Vegan? What was going on when this all started? I want to hear this story.
That's your question. Yeah, we assign questions to each other.
Oh, you're good. I love this.
Okay, you want me to start off since you seem a little nervous. So, okay.
It's okay.
I'll start off and I'll let him chime in. So, I've been vegan since 2013, and I went vegan because of health concerns. And then I really enjoyed just preparing meals from scratch. And when I went back, the date after I went vegan, 6 months to the date, I went back to the doctor because they were threatening to put me on medication. And I was in my late 30s, and I was like, I don't want to be a pill popper. So I decided to go vegan after watching a documentary on Netflix called Forks Over Knives. After that, the next day I went vegan. So I've enjoyed being vegan all these years. I've enjoyed preparing my meals from scratch. Just seeing the beautiful meals you can create with fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. So when I introduced Damon to this whole veganism lifestyle, and he saw how passionate I was, and he was already doing a podcast at the time. What was the name of that podcast you were doing?
No, we don't want to speak.
Okay, anyway, he was doing a podcast. He doesn't want to say name. I was like, I would love to do a podcast because I was really interested in it because I had seen him on a podcast, and I said I would love to do a podcast. So that's when we decided to launch the podcast. It wasn't Red, Black, and Vegan podcast at the time. It was Tequila and Tofu, but we just recently changed the name.
Yeah, I saw that.
So Red, Black, and Vegan was born. You want to add more to it?
Yes, a little
Yeah,
more.
I mean, because I'm curious myself. It was the tofu. Yeah. So what made the switch?
When we first to add more layers and more context, we got back together after 30 years apart.
Bring all that up, but okay.
I got that story. I'm along with that story.
I not to bring that up, but okay.
Well, that's okay.
That was 3 years ago. 3 years ago around this time, and at that time I was still eating meat.
Yeah.
But I wasn't eating a lot of meat, and I called myself quote unquote eating leaner or healthier, I thought. And during the course of being with each other, it actually I was what you would consider vegan curious. The more
okay.
Because I was really close to it, like being like on the spectrum per se, with questions and everything. And January 2024, I just decided I would go ahead and do it because not for any health scare reason or anything like that. But I do have osteoarthritis, and I did know through research and talking to her that it would help me deal with arthritis. So in January of 2024, I decided I would go plant based, and just through our love of watching shows like Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives per se, actually that show in particular, we decided that we could do road trips, and so by looking at different shows and personalities on YouTube, um, she was really she was really a fan of the Ghetto Vegans from out in California.
I've seen you guys advertise them.
So we decided since we love travel, we can do it like Diners, Drive-ins, and Dives, and we can just be the road tripping vegans. And then when she decided, when she kicked the idea around about having a podcast, one thing led to another, and we just decided to go with at first tequila and tofu, the plant-based podcast, because
I love tequila at the time.
That
right.
I
was,
still do. I still do, but not
hey,
anymore.
a good quality grain is not going to
Yes.
harm anything periodically. It
Yes.
just might clear out everything you got that ails you.
Yeah.
We actually went to a tequila tasting in Cancun, but
We'll talk about that later.
we had a lot of people who would make comments or say things about, well, drinking is not healthy. Why y'all advocating drinking? And we had pretty much on a personal note kind of gotten away from it.
Mhm.
So then we just decided we would just go with the name of the company, because we actually had started. This is the name of our brand and our company, Red, Black, and Vegan.
Okay.
So then we just decided we'll go with just to do a rebrand, and
Mhm.
because knowing a little bit about marketing, having to say tequila and tofu, the plant based podcast, is saying a lot. I mean, you can just say the Red, Black, and Vegan podcast,
Yeah.
and we go from there.
It is, but I also understand the other side of it as well. So I'm congratulations, on the Red, Black, and Vegan. You guys have built a beautiful, very popular, well listened to podcast. And like we already talked about, we're going for the Webbies this year. So we're doing it. We're making it happen. So everybody out there, hit that subscribe button. Get on the road. I'm sorry, the Red, Black, and Vegan. See, I'm going to confuse myself now between the road trip and vegan. So get on there, follow them on YouTube. All
Yeah.
right. So again, you have a beautiful brand, a highly, intentional brand now. So what does that mean now when you step up to the mic? Who are you wanting to be now that you are Red, Black, and Vegan? What tone is this going to set? What are we bringing to the table now in your podcast?
Highlighting different plant based restaurants, highlighting different plant-based regular people, because like we always like to say to people all the time, you never know who your plant-based journey can inspire. So we like to have people come on and tell why they went plant-based, how they are being successful at this lifestyle. What do they do? Like we like to ask all of our guests to look in the camera and let people know where they get their protein from, because we know people have questions about how you guys getting protein. You're protein deficient, so we make sure we let people know, who are guests, come on and let people know, this is where I get my protein from. And then, like you say, we also have the vegan curious, who we like to have people come on who have questions about being plant based and about being vegan. Um, we like to, when we have them on the show, I generally like to have someone on with some food, so they can
Mhm.
Oh
sample
yeah.
sample and taste, what's going on in the plant-based community, and see like why we're raving, why we're having this podcast, why we're actually trying to spread the word about good health and good eating. Not only just spotlighting those particulars, but also um, bringing more awareness to animal rights, bringing more awareness to farming and community gardening, period, and just health and wellness. Anything that encompasses that, we like to spotlight that and highlight that on our show, just because we love to just get that information out. Just like
Absolutely.
just like
Absolutely.
with
And
like you.
where's all our vegans at tonight? Because I know you're watching. I know you're paying attention. Like I said, reach out. We're going to get you all the details in the show notes. So make sure you stay until the end because we're diving a little deeper here. So here we go, guys. All right. So I saw you the other day. You did have a garden behind you. Can you tell me, is that your garden that you were showcasing, or is that a community garden that you were showcasing?
That was actually our latest guest on the show, Hayru Urban Farming. They have two locations. One that is in the city of in North St. Louis on 5257 Maffitt. And then they have another location that's not in on Shackelford.
Okay.
And it just so happened that I got a chance to ride by. That day he was actually out of town, and no one was actually there. But he actually does children's reading once a month at that location.
Oh, awesome.
Children's reading, learning, and but they were actually scheduled to do it that next day, but they got rained out. But different things like that, trying to highlight more community gardens. Actually, ironically, not too far from us is a big shout out to Janet Lewis with what's the name again of the farm.
I love Marcia.
Huh?
The farm right here.
Oh, Rusty Roots.
Rustic Root Sanctuary.
Awesome.
That's in our backyard, pretty
Rustic
much.
Root
Oh,
Sanctuary.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
On
but
Larimore
now,
Park.
now she has a very that's just a great farm. Anyone looking to learn about farming or just see, what the property and just learn in the different fruits and everything that they have on the property. It's just really nice. It's really she's great people. They're always willing to help, and they have a small Spanish Lake market on Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
From his
Ooh,
wife.
I need to get that address. All right. I didn't know about Spanish Lake. And I keep a list of all my farmers and local growers so that I can help others get, what they need in the good, healthy vegetables and again, protein. We're going to talk about protein here in a minute. So, Damon, I know I'm kind of tapping on you, but it's because I follow you so much on the social media side. I saw where you did a complete month of healthy eating. I'm going to leave it at that because you're going to tell more. Healthy eating with the fruits. Every morning you were in your car, you were showing us the fruits, you were showing us what you were eating. So I have a question for Marshette first, though. Did you make him do that, or did he do that willingly, or did you create it for him? Did you pack it for him? Tell me all those details.
Well, I think sometimes when we do things, we do it together as a couple because we eat together, we eat our meals together. So raw veganism is, of course, going to be the healthiest because you're not heating your food up, you're not eating anything processed. You're eating everything in its original, format. So it's always healthy because you get all the nutrients. So I think I had mentioned to him that that's something that I wanted to do, and he just, jumped on board. It wasn't like I had to pull his teeth about it. So he's
That's
more
awesome.
the socialite of the couple. He does more of the posting. I'm more. I don't do a lot of social media, so
Somebody got to get the brand out.
so it's good that he does. That. I do like to talk. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not a big social media person. But no, I didn't have to pull his teeth. That was something that he decided to jump on board once I told him about the benefits. Because when you eat processed foods, you lose the fiber, you lose all the vitamins and minerals. So when you eat everything in its original form, you get everything that God wants us to put in our bodies.
That's absolutely true. And Damon, you were in, like I said, you showed us every morning. So I'm curious, how did you feel after that 30 days? I want to know, number one, was it a real, and there's a reason why I'm asking this, and I know you're going to know why. Was it a real task for you to put that together, or was it just really simple? Have you become a pretty simple way of throwing things together and walking out the door? Because I know you work. So do you pre-do that? Or do you just walk out with it and say, this is what I'm doing today?
Well, before I get into that, yeah, her influence was great. Was a big influence, but it was also another influence from Sadiq Coke with Foodish February. Um,
Oh,
and since I wasn't really doing that 100% per se, I wanted to just find something to do on my own, to not so much test myself, but just to see what I could do. I couldn't make the whole month 100% raw. It was mostly 80%, 20% um, raw and some cooked. She prepared all that food. There was a couple of times when you seen me, you might have seen me make a salad or something, but this is the cook who prepares. Whenever you see me having a parfait or a salad, this is the proprietor of such.
yeah,
But
that, yeah.
it wasn't hard per se to actually do that. Um, it was more so wanting to pull it so much pull it off. I guess that's the wrong word, but wanting to see you know
You
what you
want to
could
see if you could really accomplish it. And
how close you could come, how close I could come to having a whole month full of just raw. I'm still a big work in progress on that. I want to work to at least being able to get a couple of months raw in, just to see the effects it had.
I think you did great. I think you did fabulous. That's why I wanted to showcase that conversation because, as you know, being a holistic functional nutritionist, as I am, and a nurse, this conversation comes up all the time. I don't have time. I don't see the value.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I do that?
Mm-hmm.
And so you touched on those key points, even to the point where you say, I am really trying to work even more so. So you're making a conscious effort, but you don't see this being a tasking process. It is, I'm taking one step at a time and I'm trying to make it happen. That's what I'm hearing.
Everything that we do, as far as anything related to red, black, and vegan, anything related to our show, it's always trying to promote a way, to show a way for other people to go about it, or not so much another way, but just trying to show action behind the words
Right.
that we speak. And when you can show that as much as you possibly, that's what I'm learning, to try to show it as much as you possibly can,
Lead by example.
leading by example. And
Absolutely.
even
Absolutely. Yeah,
sometimes,
when you're in this realm of things, you do get seen. You do
Mhm.
become seen. And so to promote, of course, you want to make sure that you're leading by that example for sure. So I did see where you had some very colorful, vibrant vegetables and fruits. And I mean, you really put some great things together. So, Marcia, I have a question for you because I know that you make a lot of your, I'll just say a lot of your food.
Mhm.
Would you please tell our lab rats out here why you do this in the key sense of, like the milk that you make or, the other. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you take the floor on this because this is very important for people to understand. I don't really believe they see it's not that hard,
It's not.
right?
Hard. So I always like to compare, like, if you go to a fast food restaurant at 5 during their rush hour, 5 to 7, you're gonna sit in the line for probably 10, 15 minutes. I can prepare a vegan meal from scratch in 10 to 15 minutes. The reason why I like making things from scratch because I want to know where everything's coming from. So, there's no added preservatives or chemicals. Everything's being prepared in my kitchen. I love making almond milk. It only takes, like, if you have a high process blender, like a high speed blender, only takes like literally 2 minutes to make almond milk. You put in a blender with some water, salt, and then you put in a nutmeg bag, and you get all the pulp out, and then you have your almond milk. So it's not a hard, rigorous process. Um, I also love just playing around with different fruits and vegetables, looking at recipes, coming up with my own recipes. I enjoy spices, fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and just seeing what I can create, just blending those things. And then you got to know, like, you got to have a little chemistry behind it. So it really just get you in the mood of wanting to create different things and seeing what it comes about, the end result. And then when you have people taste your food, that also just speaks to the point that you don't need dairy or fish or meat to be happy. Your palate actually probably wants that, because when I went vegan, and if I would go to a fast food restaurant, I would just get French fries, thinking, okay, those are vegan. Potatoes are vegan. But then my palate was like, when I ate the French fries, it was like a film on my tongue. I know it sounds disgusting, but that's what it was.
That's
So
absolutely true.
you do have like a sense of just wanting to eat more clean foods, and your body actually wants that, and it reacts to it. So I just enjoy it, and I enjoy educating people and showing people that being healthy is the most important thing, and it's not expensive. You can buy your own nuts and seeds and save a lot of money, because when you buy almond milk at the store, unfortunately, if you look at the label, it does have chemicals in it, because they have to have a shelf life, right? So anything you buy in a store, in the middle aisles, right, they're going to have preservatives and chemicals because they have a shelf life. They have to make money. Unfortunately, grocery stores have to make money, so they have to have those preservatives and chemicals. So when you make it from home, at home, from scratch, you know what you're putting in it. And of course, I will let the audience know it may not last as long, but you're making it for your family, and you know that every morning you get up and you're going to have a glass of almond milk or a smoothie. You're not going to waste anything. It's going to get eaten, or put in a smoothie, so it's not going to go to waste.
Right, absolutely. So do you at all make like your oat milk or any of those as well? I'm just
So
letting
yeah,
everybody out here know.
I make almond milk, of course, that's my go-to, but I also make oat milk. And I'm a coffee drinker, so I like to make my own creamer. So I make creamer out of cashews, coconut, shredded coconut, unsweetened, and oats, and dates. And you just put all that in a blender, and you come up with a nice creamy creamer. So I've been doing this for about 13 years. I make my own cheese from scratch. I make cashew cheese. I make my own taco meat out of walnuts. I make chia seed pudding.
Oh,
Um,
my favorite.
yes,
My
seitan, make that. I do a lot of things with tofu as well. I make all kind of sauces from scratch: barbecue sauce, hot sauce, syrup. I make all that. So, yeah, it's a lot going on in the kitchen.
So let's talk about your protein. You guys get asked this. I get asked this all the time. Let's talk about the protein. Where do you get your protein?
So I get my protein from plants. I was to make sure he didn't want to answer first, but I get my protein from plants. All plants have protein. Some plants have more protein than others. Um, I don't really do supplements like protein shakes unless I want to do like a protein coffee just to balance out my blood sugar in the morning. That's a whole different conversation. But if I want to balance out my blood sugar, I'll put in a little bit of protein powder in my coffee. But overall, I don't really worry about protein. As you can see, I'm not a very skinny person, so I'm not starving. You get protein from all type of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. So we're
That's what
not.
I tell everybody too. I'm not starving, and I'm definitely not
Yeah,
a
yeah,
skinny woman at
yeah.
all. I'm
Not
definitely a
the
bigger
fishing at
woman.
all. Not the
Fruit,
fishing at all.
fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, lentils, leafy greens, anything anything you see us eating, we getting protein from it. Any,
That's right. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so we're going to take a short commercial break. Grab you something to drink, and while I make this
one more,
announcement here. All right. So,
one more thing before we go.
yeah, absolutely.
She also makes almond butter.
Oh, almond butter. Okay, girl, we gotta talk. We have to chat. Yeah. That I
Okay.
have not done yet, but I want to
And
figure that one
and
out. Yeah.
flour too, but we'll talk
Oh,
about
girl.
it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, if you are constantly waking up exhausted, battling brain fog, and feeling like your cells are completely out of gas, a weekend rest isn't going to fix it. Let's just be very honest here. So, you don't need another expensive 20-step synthetic supplement routine like Marshette just spoke upon. You need a metabolic clean slate. So, our next 5-day inflammation flush here at the Nutrition Lab at Show Me Nourish, it kicks off June the 1st. This is my clinically backed soil to table protocol designed completely naturally. Put out the fire, chronic inflammation, reset your gut, and get your energy back. So, doors close Friday, midnight. If you would like to be a part of that 5-day inflammation flush, let me know in the comments. Just put flush and I will see to it that you get that information. All right. Okay, Damon, we're really gonna dive in now, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, you've been pretty open about your cannabis use. And I always ask this question of everybody because I'm not 100% against it, not at all. I'm just saying that there's benefits, but I want to hear your side of the story.
As far as
The
I'd
ben-
like to know what
over,
benefits you do see. What I mean, because let me tell you why I'm asking. You even made a comment that you have osteoarthritis. And I know that we're all three of us are in this age grouping, and we're getting older. Let's just be real. We didn't always treat our bodies like we treat them now. Okay. And being a nurse, I mean, I've handed out Marinol, which is a synthetic form of cannabis, right, for my cancer patients. Why? So they will eat, so they
Mhm.
have an appetite.
Right. Mhm.
So my question is, what does cannabis play a role in your life?
I consume recreational and medical. Because naturally, medical for the physical aspects, for physical, what it does for you physically. Um, recreational, specifically for that recreational. I'm not a huge drinker, um, but the benefits you can see how it does help you at times when you have stiffness. Um, because that's the main thing I have to deal with is stiffness in my joints.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Or it's either you're going to be moving around or you're going to be somewhere getting a massage but the medical, I didn't smoke medical before at first. I smoked recreational for years. And when I finally got a chance to try some medical, which was about 10 years ago now, um, I really did want to see what was the difference. But my body at the time, it it wasn't used to it. Because like
Mhm.
when I first tried the medical, um, I was actually smoking it like cigarettes, and because my system was like, "What's wrong? We're not getting high." And it dawned on me like, this isn't. I'm not supposed to be getting high. This is for my body, and
Right.
um, it's just a different feeling. It's a
It is. Yeah, I hear that from everybody. Medical is different from recreational. I mean, let's be real. What era do we come from? I mean, we set the stage for what these kids have no idea, that they
Yeah.
need. They're bringing us back, that the younger generation is bringing us back. But, my husband has been a recreational user for years, and with that said, there is a difference. There is a difference. And I hope everybody's hearing that tonight because medical is that form of giving you what you need to bring you to not using pain meds, narcotics, or NSAIDs, or anxiety and depression, it does help in so many ways. So, but I'm really glad to see that you're open about it. You don't, it's not something that you shy away from. And I hope people really take a lesson on hearing why it can help. And it's not something that, people need to
Not for
have.
kids.
Say that again.
Not for kids.
Right.
It is not for kids. It is not for kids. You're right. But the bottom line, though, is that, there is a reason why we do need it in the medical side of things. I've watched cancer patients really, come along and be able to survive what they've had to go through with, being able to use what they can at this point. I currently have a cancer patient, that I'm caring for on the nutrition side. And unfortunately, where he's at, their state doesn't allow it. So, yeah, so you know what's happening there. And it's just unfortunate because he really, he doesn't want to put the chemicals in his body. He's just absolutely against, any kind of synthetic forms.
That's not good
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys are actually on the road quite a bit. And I know that you do a lot of promoting of, other entities, restaurants, growers, farmers. What is on the list coming up for Red, Black, and Vegan?
I can answer this. So, I mentioned earlier I love creating meals in the kitchen. So, I do want to start a YouTube page called Cooking with Curly, where I showcase just creating meals and educating the audience on how to prepare meals, um, low budget meals in the kitchen, hopefully 30 minutes or less, so they
Love
can
it.
know that you don't have to be in the kitchen all day to prepare a healthy meal. So again, it's going to be Cooking with Curly, cooking with a K, curly with a K.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay. So are we putting this in addition to, or are we creating something separate?
It's an addition to regular
Yes.
to our business.
Damon's sitting there like we are.
Separate. I mean,
It's not under our umbrella. I
oh
guess.
no. She meant some. She meant like something separate from the road trip and vegan.
Oh, okay.
I think
Whatever he says.
it's a red,
Love it.
black, vegan production.
That's what I was. That's what I was. I thought.
That's awesome. That's what I was
Yeah.
hoping for. Okay, that's what I'm
Yeah,
hearing.
under the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so who's
Mhm.
coming up on Red, Black, and Vegan?
Who's not?
I love it.
This week,
Yeah, yeah. Who's coming up next?
this week we have Queen Vegan Sheree. I don't want to say her name wrong. It's either Cherie or Sheree. Uh,
Okay.
I have a coworker named Chris Metters. He's vegan curious. He's going to be in the studio. He actually is the first person who told me about bougie bites.
Oh, really?
We were actually the first people, first platform in St. Louis to spotlight bougie bites.
I love bougie bites.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
we got a videography company called We So Cool from here in St. Louis. They're gonna be on in the studio, and hopefully Lucia's vegan lifestyle. Hopefully she's going to be on. She has a YouTube TV show.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be on. Sometimes I get my dates mixed up. I have so many invitations that are out.
I love it.
People answer. So, but
Oh,
anyone
okay.
anyone who has received an invitation, like we tell people all the time, your invitations never expire.
Oh, I
Right.
love it.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And
yeah.
so if you guys are hearing this tonight, which I know you are, you need to be contacting Red, Black, and Vegan, Damon and Marshette, because you got a story to tell, I'm sure, and they would love to hear it. And let me tell you what I really love about you. Uh, Vegan curious. We need more vegan curious. Okay. So it's really interesting because you guys are on that side of St. Louis. I'm on this side of St. Louis. I'm just going to say it because I'm really aggravated with my side of St. Louis. Okay. I live in St. Charles County and I'm not happy. You all have the vegan stuff. I mean, you've got the huge farmers market, Tower Grove, that really promotes, all of that. There's a ton of vegan restaurants on that side of St. Louis.
Mhm.
We just do have the few that we have here in St. Charles. And like I said before, we've had 8 restaurants close up in 2 years that were vegan restaurants. So, what is it on that side of St. Louis that makes people really hear the story of health versus over here in St. Charles County?
That's a good question because Hartwood, that was a really nice restaurant. But we've been noticing, that effect has been going all over the city. Though there's a few different places that have either closed or had to move for different reasons or whatever. And it's a problem nationwide, but it's a problem here in St. Louis as well. Um, I've been trying to think about ways that people can remedy that. And the only way that I can think of first and foremost is just by doing what we're doing, trying to connect people as much as possible. Like a big shout out to my guy, Kyle Luzinski with
Mhm.
STL Vegan Market. Just anything,
Oh,
anything that
Mhm.
we can do to further, this the word of being plant based, and anything we can do to, because like we've actually come in contact with people there at different times, um, just striking up conversation. This was not doing any work per se. Um, Different conversations, finding out people from different parts of the country coming to visit,
Mhm.
and just knowing that, excuse me, people are just being more communal,
okay.
and we find things like that. But getting back to the point we were talking about, I don't know what else could be done right now. Um,
I
I,
think it has a lot to do with location too.
because we
Agree.
don't like the
I
fact that
agree.
most of these places are centered in South St. Louis,
Right.
where it's being spread out throughout the city. I mean,
Mhm.
but you got to at this point you have to take it how you can get it right now with the vegan community the way it is, because we just not like we're a huge city. We do have what it's about 3.2 million people to draw from. Um, I do I do wish, but upon being in this community just these couple of years, that people would become a little more closer, work a little more together. Like when we have these different festivals, I think it should be way more representation from a lot of these different restaurants.
I agree.
I
I
understand,
agree.
but I understand from the business side, though, what people, what they think they may or may not make. So, you have to, try to look at it from both ways. So,
It was interesting the other night. I don't know if you saw my story, but over here in O'Fallon, we have what's called Party in the Park. And I've made a lot of references to the fact if you have Party in the Park this year, I'm always during the winter time, if you have Party in the Park this year, can we get more vegan trucks, more vegan, restaurant trucks that you bring in? And they brought a truck in, but it wasn't really meant for vegan, but they said they would make me a vegan protein bowl. And I said, okay, so you understand that a vegan protein bowl is no meat. I just want the beans and I just want the rice. And I want the avocado and I want the lemon.
Avocado.
That's all I want. And it was terrible. It had cheese and it had chicken all over it. So I just handed it over to my husband. I'm like, here you go.
did you speak English?
They did. They did. I don't believe that they really understood. Again, this is education out here. We've got to
Yeah.
educate. And you're right. Huge shout out to STL Vegan Market. I love them. They are amazing. They're doing wonderful work and they're really trying to do something more and more. And I'm all about that. I would love to see St. Louis do a veggie fest like Chicago does.
Mhm.
Chicago has that huge veggie fest every year.
Mhm.
And I would love to see St. Louis do that. And I
Yes.
think we could support it. I do believe that is a capability.
Marketing for sure.
Yeah,
And make
absolutely.
people aware because a lot of people that may be vegan curious may not know that all these vegan restaurants are available in the St. Louis area.
Oh,
So
that's
we
true.
have to make sure we're marketing for
But
sure.
then again, what I found out, there are actually vegans in the St. Louis area who don't know about certain vegan restaurants,
That's true.
which is
Oh,
another
that's interesting.
why we do the things
Mhm.
that we do. 'Cause they may know about a couple of different spots, but then
And then,
because
yeah.
there are spots that that pop up that we don't know about. You
Sure.
know, for instance, DD Mal. Somebody had told us about that over a year ago.
It's not
I
exclusively
know it's not exclusively
vegan, but they
vegan,
have
but
vegan options.
we
Yeah.
had never went. But then when we went, it was like, oh my God, this is incredible.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point is even if a restaurant isn't exclusive to vegan, it's still a great opportunity for those who are curious to
Mm-hmm.
have that opportunity to still have that come to them and they be able to order that and receive that.
And they can bring their friends and family. And if their friends and family don't want to eat vegan, they still have the opportunity to enjoy a vegan meal while still
Absolutely.
having that interaction with their friends and family.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm the only vegan in my family, and let me tell you,
Yeah.
they
Struggle to go
tiptoe.
out to eat, right? I'm sure.
Right.
Yes.
But I mean, I could definitely say my husband is more vegan curious. He is watching, he has been watching, and as he continues to get older, he's definitely
Yeah.
asking questions a lot more.
Mhm.
So those are the questions we need to bring, to the answers for everybody and get people really recognizing where we are, who we are, why we're here.
Yes.
So the Red, Black, and Vegan podcast, everyone. Hit that subscribe button. Don't miss the opportunity. I want to make sure, did we cover everything that you guys want to talk about? Because I got time and I'm willing to, let's put it out there. What did I not cover? What do we need to cover? Because there are people out
Oh,
here who need to hear what we have.
well, I know you one of the questions that you had sent over that we did want to touch on was one of the truths that we've learned about plant-based eating. What was it?
With the nightshade foods. Is that the nightshade?
Yes, we did talk about the nightshades. Yeah, we didn't actually dive into nightshades, but I want to do that now that you brought that up. It's possible.
Remember what the exact question was?
Well, I have it right here. All right. So, um, hold on. I thought I had it right here.
You need my glasses.
No, no, no. I want to make sure because I had the question pull up. But you were asking basically about the nightshade fruit foods and how our travels, how we what we have found truthful in our
Well,
travels
that's what it was.
when it
Yeah.
comes to the nightshade foods.
Because
I know I'm not saying
no,
verbatim, but
you
yeah.
could, because we were thinking about that question and
Oh,
came.
wait a minute. What is the biggest food truth you've discovered about the diversity of plant-based eating through your travels? But that was linked to the nightshade and color truth question that you had asked.
Yes, yes.
In response to that, what what we realized was in our travels, nationwide versus international, because we got a chance to do some international travel 3 times last year. Fruits and vegetables outside of the United States, they are markedly tasting differently. They taste
Can you
better.
elaborate?
The fruits are more vibrant. The colors are more vibrant. They taste better. You can taste the fact that there's nothing added. Um, we both have stated, and I've told a couple of different people, I don't even eat onion rings in the United States anymore, just because the onions that we had, there's a place called the Spinning Burrito in Cancun, 24
Oh
hour,
yeah.
24-hour vegan options. It's not a vegan restaurant, but they got 24 hours a day they're open. but the onion rings they were so big and sweet, and they
Like this
were,
big.
yeah, they were huge. They were
Oh,
huge
Like this
wow.
big.
and lightly
Wow.
lightly battered and fried. Not tempura, but close to it. And it's like, and when I came back here, the first onion ring I had, it was like, oh no, I'm not doing this no more.
Yeah.
And this don't even
There
compare.
is a huge difference. Yeah, for sure. I mean, let's talk about even the breading and how they cook it.
Right,
Hmm.
Totally different.
right.
We
Because
are so in saturated fats, in the canolas and, the
Yeah.
vegetables. And
I was gonna say they probably use like avocado oil or olive oil because yeah,
that was my
no
first
seed
time.
oils.
That was my first time having polenta and
Hmm.
oh,
realizing there actually is a difference between polenta and grits. They're close, but there's a difference. And just seeing the different cultures and like I said, understanding the difference in the taste of the food. It was just a really like when it comes to juice. Most of the juice that we tasted, it would be akin to like light juice here.
Yeah, it
But this
wasn't
was just
really
regular
sweet.
juice
It
stuff.
wasn't
It's,
overly
yeah,
sweet.
nothing
Mm.
overly sweet.
Yeah, it's all natural.
there is a huge difference in the sugar. When you really, and before I go that route, let's talk about a farm vegetable here in the States and a farm vegetable in another country.
Hmm.
Are you able to tell the difference in how that soil coming up out of that soil here in the United States versus coming up into the soil into another country? That taste.
Well, some countries actually ban pesticides for one, so there's that. So
Thank you for that.
yes, so I mean, I think that's enough said right there. I mean,
Right?
because your vegetables aren't growing in chemicals, so you're gonna see a difference right there. You're gonna get it, like I said earlier, in its original form, not tampered with, not full of chemicals. And then they probably don't have to worry about like the non-GMO labels and the organic labels in other countries. I don't know for sure, but we may only do that in the United States because there's so many pesticides. So
I
it's nice.
can.
We actually saw, I'm sorry to cut you off, but we saw avocado. We weren't there live, but it's a difference in the
Oh
avocados
yeah,
that we sell in the United States than we see in other countries. They're actually way bigger.
Much
And
bigger.
I think they're a different color too. They're like more green.
They are more green. They're
Light
a brighter
green.
green.
Yeah, so that just shows you that there's a major difference in fruits and vegetables. And
Well, anyone who's paying attention with an avocado at all, in the States, the avocados are farmed to a degree. And so our soil doesn't actually hold to that value of what it needs to grow. So there's that. Um, and as you saw in, other countries, they are able to produce the natural
Mhm.
way that it should be produced. And it's double the size of what ours is.
Mhm.
Huge. It's
that's
beautiful too.
it's ironic that we talking about that because that's actually one thing that I try to get across to people who are vegan curious is the fact that I didn't eat avocado for years. I could eat pretty much anything, but for years I never ate avocado. But now I eat it all the time.
Why didn't you eat it?
I didn't eat it, and I didn't eat it mainly because, and once again, this is a lesson for the vegan curious. My mind told me that I didn't want it. Basically, I had tricked myself into thinking that I didn't like it just because of the texture. And at the same time, I like mashed potatoes, I like potato salad, and it's like it's the same texture as avocado.
It is.
And but crossing over into this way of living and eating, and I was even being so stupid because I even knew it was a superfood, and I knew I needed it in my system. Like she gets on me now, like why are you always talking about you got to have avocado? I'm like
Now he's obsessed.
because I know my system needs it.
Yeah.
So it's like, one that's like I said, that's what the point. One of the points I try to get across to people who are vegan curious is getting used to things that you think that you don't like. Because one thing that you may have heard people say to you with the nutrition lab is I can't eat salad every day. You know, like why can't you?
I do get that a lot. Do you eat salad every day? That's one of the big questions I get, and no, I don't eat a salad every day, but I can tell you there's a 2 or 3 avocados in my day. I can tell you that. I'm actually growing my own avocado. I
Oh,
have
wow.
3 of them growing right now. Yeah, 3 of them are beautifully growing right now. So
Exciting.
How long?
absolutely.
Can I have one of those? No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
I mean, the whole point of me growing them is, to actually, my intention is to only keep one of them, but I definitely would like to, see to it that someone who, can really, take care of it and love on it. Sure, absolutely. I would have no problem with that because it is hard to get them going in the beginning, but once they start, if you really love on them, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So.
How long does it take from seed?
Well, we're still in the beginning stages.
Mm.
So I did not do it the atypical way. You're typically supposed to take the avocado, and put it with the bottom base being in water and let those toothpicks, hold it on the side. But I took mine straight from the organic avocado, put it right in that dirt, make sure you water around it.
Mhm.
And in less than a week, I had roots. And once it cracks open, you'll see that tree starting to come up.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It is a beautiful
And
thing
I
to watch.
follow
It really
you
is.
for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, because I
Yeah. I'll have to bring you guys some avocados. Yeah. And I'll probably have, you do have to bring them in throughout the winter, the fall and winter months. So you do have to have a place to put it
hmm
in those, time frames. So if you have a place, absolutely, it'll be beautiful. It'll grow.
too. Same thing.
Yeah. Well, we're growing eggplant this year, so that's a first here at the Nutrition Lab. We've got some beautiful squash starting to come up. So we've got some summer squash, we've got cucumbers, we've got tomatoes, multiple different types of tomatoes. I don't know if anybody is familiar with Baker Creek, but Baker Creek is huge in being able to give you a variety of different seeds throughout the entire world. They have different
Okay.
areas. Yeah, but they're down South Missouri. So if
Hmm.
you get a chance, they do have their farm where you
Oh,
can go and obtain their foods,
yeah.
or they'll ship them to you.
Okay,
Okay.
good. That's good
Yeah,
to know. Yes, we can definitely promote them. Maybe have them on
absolutely.
the show too.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yes, you should put them on the show. Oh my goodness. Yes, in fact, I'll get you the owner's name and I will send that to you so
Yes,
that you
me
can
too.
reach out. Absolutely. I love them. They're just and follow them on social media too because they're absolutely hilarious. But with that being said, everything that we've covered tonight, guys, Red, Black, and Vegan, let me tell you what, they will cover more of this in their podcast. Now, I know you guys have kind of changed the format just a little bit. It's every other Sunday now, right?
hmm
Yeah.
It's always been like
Yeah,
that.
we try to make sure we go every 2 weeks. So
hmm
sometimes we may have an extended break.
If it's like 3 Sundays in a month, we may skip.
Sure.
hmm
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
I mean
And we
five.
have
I'm sorry.
some,
I meant 5 Sundays.
See, like June,
It's 5 Sundays.
we're definitely going to be going back to back one of these weeks because we're going to have a Father's Day episode. So it's either going to be the week before Father's Day or the week after. Really don't know yet.
okay. So that's why you have to subscribe to the Red, Black, and Vegan so that you can be notified when they're going to actually come out with their next episode and how you can watch it live. So you guys are mainly out on Instagram, is that correct?
Instagram, um, Instagram as the Road Tripping Vegans and Red, Black, and Vegan, and on YouTube as the Road Tripping Vegans. And we are also redesigning our website, redblackandvegan.com. It's going to be way more definitive, a lot better redesign, a whole redesign coming.
hmm
That
I
should
love
be
it.
And YouTube.
soon. Say it again.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. I did say that.
Oh, you did? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
I'm
He's
early.
No, no, no. I thought you
Oh, I love you
said,
guys.
I thought you said Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, no.
Okay.
But that's what those are the places that you can find us on social media. I do also share some things from our Facebook page. I am Damon Hill, but that's mostly personal. But I still do anything plant based on there or on there. But
He talks about basketball
That
but
works.
when it
all
comes
the
to
time.
when it comes to plant based
He loves
information,
basketball.
that's where we want people to come to Red, Black, and Vegan on Instagram or the Road Tripping Vegans. Because
Absolutely.
love to get this information out and keep sharing information with different restaurants. Because that's another way that, since we do love traveling and since we try to spotlight people when we come to their city, we can hope, because that's actually was our original goal as well with our website. Our website is also a directory for minority-owned plant-based businesses.
I
And
love it. That's what
so
we want.
when
Let's
we
talk really quickly before we wrap up.
go ahead.
In the Black American community, there has been a real, presence of speaking upon, the interesting side of, health and things like that. So, where do you guys in the community really try to educate in the Black America community to get them to see that value, not just in what you do, but just in their health overall? What's something that you do, or have you thought about that in getting out into the community? I know I'm really trying out here in my area to speak upon that. I'm going out to the YMCA, speaking to the young youth there, trying to get that education from that level. What are you guys trying to do at that level?
That's part of the reason where our name comes from red, black, and green, as far as the colors for our culture. Um, and we just decided to do a play on that, and that's why we call it Red, Black, and Vegan. With our we didn't want to just have our main focus strictly for the Black community per se, but with knowing the things that our community needs to know on an informational basis, because we know from personal experience, generally things food associated with the Black American culture, Black American scene, they generally lead to bad health. They taste good, but they lead to bad health. And there's been a misconception over the years of, well, my grandmother ate this, she lived to 105. My grandfather ate this all his life. And it's like, okay, well, that's not
It kind
the,
of goes back to slavery.
yeah.
Yeah, because,
And people were eating
the
food
slim pickings and we were
yeah, to
creative and
survive.
to
But
survive. Yeah, we don't have to do that no more.
the things that we know
Yeah.
now about nutrition and
Yeah.
about proper eating, about eating better and about healthy eating, now it's more so of, let's get this message out more and more and more to our community. Just not, like I said, not just to the Black community, but to the whole community. But as like you stated though, with the emphasis on the Black community, just to let them know that, we don't have to keep holding on to traditional eating ways. Just because my family did XYZ, and to also showcase the fact that there are vegan options for these for soul food per se. As we all know, within the vegan community, there's vegan options for everything, and we're just, I mean, because I wasn't even a big soul food eater before becoming plant based, but just to let people know, there are way more options than what you think. And if you want soul food, we got vegan soul food as well. We got it all, and it all tastes great.
Oh, absolutely.
Just
Absolutely. And you guys have found some really cool restaurants
Yeah.
that really cater to that.
Yeah. And just to add on what he said, some people may say, oh, there's food deserts in the inner city. We don't have access to fresh fruits and vegetables. But I would like to challenge that, because it's all about prioritizing your needs and wants. Like, you can drive to, what's that one outlet mall in Chesterfield to go to go
Oh,
buy sneakers or whatever,
yes.
or
Yes.
drive that far to go to a concert or to go or whatever the case may be. But
Marchette's talking to you all tonight. She's preaching. She's
I mean,
preaching.
we all have car. Most of us have cars, so you can drive and get better, food options. And we live in Spanish Lake. Whole Foods delivers to us. I don't know about the inner city, but I know for me, I order for Whole Foods, and they deliver right to my doorstep. There's a Whole Foods in Central West End. I'm pretty sure they probably deliver in that area. So
Trader Joe's, all these.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, they all.
you have the
By the way, at that outlet,
Soulard.
at the outlet mall, there is a plant-based option in the food court.
Yeah.
They
So
put one in?
it's
Well,
only
that tells
like
you how long I've been there. It's been a while.
it's only like 3 restaurants in that food court, and
Yeah.
one of them has plant-based options.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
And then you have Soulard, and then like we said, we have Rusted Roots right here in Spanish Lake. So I don't want to hear the excuses anymore. I mean, if you really care about your health, you'll make an effort to do more about your health.
And then I'm sorry, I mean to
Go
cut you off. I'm
ahead.
sorry.
We have so much to say. It's
I
okay.
love it. No, that's what we're here for.
We've had people on the show who have showcased how to plant-based shop or vegan shop on a budget. We've actually tried to show that in different different times. There's unreleased footage that we have going to Waffle House or
yeah,
just showing how to veganize a meal.
You can veganize a meal anywhere. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of the things I teach, out here in this area. On Tuesdays, I go to Aldi's and I have a group at Aldi's where I teach them how to shop that food. Unfortunately, Aldi's does not let me record. They will not let me record. So I'm not able to show any kind of footage because they will not let me record. They will let me have the group there, but they will not let me record anything there. So, but yeah, I show them how to shop on a budget so that they can have healthy foods. I have recipes for them that I offer them. It's like $10 and I show you how to shop. I will get you there and we'll get you everything. Plus you get the recipes.
Especially with the gas prices. So we all gonna be shopping there. Hoodies.
Right. That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. Well, and we want our people to go to the farmers markets. We want them to go to their local growers. I mean, that's what I promote here is, you come in and I get you to a local, farmer, I get you to a local grower. And then also I show you how to grow your own food.
Yeah.
And that's what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. Like
she got a sign on the refrigerator that says growing your own food is like printing your own money.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. Okay, I gotta make me one of those signs. So maybe my family will pay attention.
So you gotta come to me first. No, I'm just kidding. I stole it from somebody else, but yeah.
Oh, I love it.
But we did want to let you know, how proud we are of you, as far because you came on our show and with your platform and what you're doing. I personally recommended quite a few people to show me Nourish who were vegan curious or had questions about who can I find to do meal prep or different things like that. The information that you're getting out is very good, very good. Keep up the good work.
Yes, we're proud.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. I mean, God works in mysterious ways. And
yes.
I was able, to find you guys and you popped right into my Instagram and I was like, oh my gosh, why do I not know about these guys? So that's why I reached out. I just love what you guys do. You guys really, put everything into what you do. And again, for all of our viewers out there tonight, if you're not following Red, Black, and Vegan, please go do that right now. Hit that subscribe button. Get on their Instagram. I will have everything in the show notes tonight for you guys. So don't worry. You'll know how to get in touch with them. So, all right, guys. So we have pretty much wrapped up. Have we, though? I want to make sure. Do we have anything else we want to tell these people tonight? Because we've got a lot to share, even on our platforms. So we want them out there. We want them listening. We want them paying attention. And we want them asking questions. So anything else you want to share?
I think we covered everything unless Damon has something, but
shirts are $20 a piece and two for $30.
Okay.
There you go. All right. I want a shirt for sure. Gotta have it. I gotta have it. And you know what? I'm really shocked. My son follows you all, my oldest one. So I know he's interested, obviously. He's must be vegan curious. I'm gonna have to ask him. So
But
he
feel free,
is
anyone watching, please come on the show.
And
absolute.
free to reach out if you have questions about going vegan, where to get vegan food, how to prepare meals, recipes. Don't hesitate to reach out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And believe me, they're the ones to reach out to for that. I'm gonna have to go get some recipes myself.
Mhm.
So with that said, guys, thank you so much for being with me tonight. I really, truly appreciate you both. You guys are superstars. Your podcast is very much up and coming and is really growing. And like I said, we're gonna make it a Webby. We're gonna make it a Webby. Guys,
All
you're
right.
gonna be on it. You're gonna be on it. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful and wonderful night. Thank you for being with us here on the Nutrition Lab as we have kicked back off the podcast. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. All right, guys. Have a great night.
See you later.
Thanks, guys.